Okay, is that what we're doing? Are we drinking? Put the glass back up again. We're recording. Are you drinking bourbon again on a Friday?
It's Friday somewhere.
It's Friday Bourbon Day here with Chris Egan. It's Puck from pucksports.com.
Oh, Jason Puckett. Jason
Good to
Puckett, how
see you.
are you? How
I'm
are you?
doing great. It's my favorite day of the week when I get to sit here and talk to you for 20, 30 minutes. You brighten up my day. Chris Egan, King 5, episode 92.
92.
90. This is the Brandon Meebane episode.
And I'm getting notes, I'm getting texts, I'm getting DMs from across. Not only, we used to do a radio show and I'd hear from people in the Pacific Northwest. Now I'm hearing from people in other countries. I'm hearing from people everywhere that are jumping on pucksports.com.
And it's all brought to you by Fat Zach's Pizza. 3 locations in Sumner, downtown Puyallup, South Hill, home of the original No Big Dill Pickle Pizza. You can book 3 of their food trucks for catering, birthday parties, graduations, corporate events. Voted Best of the Sound 2 years in a row for Best Pizza. Find them on Facebook and, of course, Instagram, FatZachsPizza.com. Yeah, we're big, I'm told, in Albania.
Huge. I even got out of the 253 and went up to the 425 area code and Puck.
You couldn't wait to get into this.
They love you, Puck, in the 425. I'm going to tell you,
not as much as they love you. That's a perfect segue because there's like some made up magazine that voted you the best. There's the 425 magazine. Tell everyone this award that you won. Oh, you actually have the physical copy of it. Of course you do.
I wouldn't have it, Puck. What I love about this, Puck.
For those listening, Chris has the best of 425. I guess they have their own magazine.
Big magazine.
Big magazine, and they voted you the best television personality. So, listener, he's holding up the magazine and posters. So, and then what is that? What are you holding up?
This is heavier than an Emmy Award, Puckett, and it almost. I'm going to say this, Puckett. Every award means something special. One day, maybe I'll get a pucksports.com award, but this one was.
We will give out awards.
I get voted. This one was voted on by the readers in Bellevue and North Bend and Mount Si and Issaquah. What I love about this one, Puck, is some people have labeled me in the past as being very South Sound centric, very, a lover of the 253, a friend of Puyallup. This means a little extra because I try to go out of my way to support the 425, the North End, and so thank you to all the readers of 425 magazine.
I'm looking on their website, and we're giving them some free pub here. The 425 magazine.com. They've got a home garden, an A&E, culture, style, wellness, travel, and there is the best of 425 2024. So they do this every year, like the arts and entertainment. The local band is the Tinkham Road.
Tinkham Road.
And there he is. Group. And the local TV personality was voted, was you, Chris Egan, in his sports anchor and reporter role with King 5, Puyallup-born, 7-time Emmy-winning Chris Egan covers Pacific Northwest. Is it more than 7 times?
It's a little more than that, but let's not get into semantics here on the writing.
Much of an ego narcissist. God, Lord.
Puckett, you just bring out the best in me, and the only reason I won the award, and this is going to be the transition of all transitions, is Barb Egan, mother of my beautiful mother, has probably 300 subscriptions.
We're not done talking about this.
We're not moving on.
No,
well, you're taking. I don't want to act like that's what I want to talk about. I'm very happy about the 425.
Well, I just want to know the local radio personality, Eva Walker. She hosts this show on KXP.
A lot of energy.
Yeah. Well, I want to win this award. How do I win it?
I think next year you're going to be up for it. I'm going to talk to the 425 and say there should be a podcaster of the year for the 425 because nobody covers the 425 like you.
Well, okay. So is it only are these awards and things? Do you know? Is it only going to people that work or do business inside a 425 area code? You, I guess, do because you cover everything.
Bingo. I think it is voted on by the readers of the 425. Like the destination, travel destination place was Sun Katy Resort, which was voted on by the readers of the 425 magazine.
Okay.
Interesting fact I learned during the event, Puckett. How about this one? I did not know this. Jimmy Kimmel actually worked sports radio in Seattle for 10 months. Did you know that?
It wasn't sports radio, though.
It wasn't sports radio. He was working
KZOK.
KZOK.
He was a DJ at KZOK. That's how he got to start.
Never knew that until during this 425 event, and then he was fired, and then went on to have a pretty nice career.
Well, why did they write about him in this?
One of the people there worked with him. Was one of his producers that was talking about him, and I was saying, "What am I? Should I get fired and aim high and try to go start my own night talk show?" But he was not in the magazine. But we were talking about some of the famous on-air and radio personalities, and of course, your name came about as well. As one
Shut up! It did not.
Yes, it did.
Did not.
People wanted to know where Puck is, so I announced last night. Go to pucksports.com and make sure to listen to Jason Puckett.
I'm looking through
and watch the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm big in the 425.
Yeah.
Okay. I grew up in the 425.
Burger Master, I think, was
best burgers I'm seeing.
Yep. So,
and a place called Feast, some French place got the best restaurant. Probably that. You know what? Oh, look at this. And I just saw this guy last night. 425. The local. They have a section for a local finance influencer. A finance person is an influencer, but congratulations to Jed Collins, who won that award.
Jedediah.
Jedediah. Do we call him Jedediah? I just call him Jed.
Well, that's what I said last night. I do want to give a shout out as well.
Was there an award ceremony too?
It was a big award ceremony. Yes, everybody came up on stage. Jedediah was not there, but there was a couple hundred people there, Puck. It was at the golf club at Newcastle, one of the best views across the state of Washington. So
these East Side, I'm going to tell you this right now.
They live large. I love it.
It is. I went to an event last night for Cougs First. Like, it's an organization that runs, and they're doing it. As we're taping this here Friday, they're doing an event at the Hyatt Regency in Bellevue. And so last night was kind of this like cocktail party, and it's, just everyone, all the businesses that are going to be there, they show up and they're just mingling. So the premise behind it is, you own a business. If you're a Cougar alum, it's getting all Cougar alums together who are business owners. And to then, if you're going to buy or purchase something, try to buy it from a Cougar. Try to buy it from someone who's an alum of the school. It's a great concept and a great idea, and it's awesome. And it's just a great way for people that are alums to sit there and network. So I'm going over there, and I go over there a lot because I got to drop Mary Lou off down in Bellevue. But it's Factoria Bellevue, which is different than downtown Bellevue, obviously. But every time I go down there, I'm just amazed. When did Bellevue turn into Rodeo Drive? My God. The amount Jesus Christ, Chris. I mean, the money, the plastic surgery, the little dogs, the fake implants, the $1 million cars. I mean, and then all these restaurants, and it's packed. It's packed. And people are just spraying money left and right all over the place. It's Beverly Hills, is it not?
It is Beverly Hills. And last night I awarded Dr. Stevens, I believe his name, best cosmetic surgeon in the 425.
I bet he's got a lot of work.
I'm telling you what, Puck, gorgeous table. He was I'll just say that. I'm happily married. But when they all came up on stage, I paused for a second to celebrate.
To look at his handiwork. Just say it, Egan. Jesus. Just spit it out.
He's the best in the 425. I tell you, he's doing well.
You know who else is doing well? This guy, this Tony Starr Fitness, who won the personal trainer. Look at him. You don't think he's doing well too?
Tony Starr.
I don't think I mean, he's doing well on and off the field.
Yeah, it was a fun event. I give a lot of kudos.
Good.
As you know, 425 magazines, newspapers are doing everything they can to stay on newsstands. So they celebrate locals. They have a Southbound magazine as well, too. So kudos to them. Fun night.
Yeah, very cool. And congratulations. You're just adding to your war chest that you have.
Well, as my wife would say, it doesn't put groceries in the refrigerator. So she actually goes out and works, Puck. I just go to award events. And she says, hey, another nice award. I'm going to go sell a house, though, so we can keep so we can keep living here.
Is there like an award circuit that you're on?
I think I am right now. I think I'm just – and that's what my wife said, like, you are going to work, right? Are you going to make some money for the family here? I'm like, no.
I'm going to collect awards.
I'm going to go around and celebrate your name, and I'm going to celebrate pucksports.com and King 5.
So you and I, at the end of the year, okay, when we're still doing this, we are going to do a Puck Sports awards.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, we're going to record it. We're going to come up with some like mock little stage. We got to find out a place to do it, to have it at.
Awards. We have to hand out an award.
We're going to hand out awards.
A trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, everything. God, this is going to be great. Where should we do it at?
Well, like what the awards?
How about Fat Zach's Pizza?
Fat Zach's Pizza would be a perfect place.
How about
perfect place? I think that's where we have it. And the awards, are we just going to start counting like most strikeouts? Who struck out the most?
Yeah, most strikeouts. Maybe if we get a fan, like most drunk fan at a Mariners game. Congratulations to Billy. Billy, who was caught in the in the right field bleachers, a day game, passed out drunk. I don't know. We can come up with all kind of awards.
We'll come up with a list. We'll come up with a good list.
Yeah.
But there's only one list this week.
There's only one. Good for you.
There's only one list.
And what is that list?
Well, to everybody listening, everybody watching, it's Mother's Day weekend. And it is time, please, and learn from me. If you're married and I pulled this 15 years ago where I said, oh, she's not my mom. No, you know what? That doesn't work. You know what? Go get your wife a Mother's Day gift. Get her a card. Get her something nice. Do a little research on this. Happy wife, happy life. Trust me on this one, okay? Date your wife. Get out once a week, but you owe your mom and you owe your wife this weekend. So, but my mom, over 80 years of age, Puckett, Barb Egan, the kids call her Oma. I put together my 10 favorite Oma moments of all time.
Okay, I can't wait. Go ahead.
Let's begin with number 10. This is the early 80s. The Egan kids in the wood-paneled station wagon with cousin Rika and Leda. We're on our way to Enchanted Village. Well, before we got to Enchanted Village, we stopped at the McDonald's in Federal Way. They didn't have one on the North Hill of Puyallup back in the early 80s, so we stopped at Federal Way. Older brother Mike Egan went to pick up all the food, and he thought it would be funny to put a rubber rat inside my mom's McChicken. Barb Egan, bless her heart, we all sit down to enjoy our double cheeseburgers, our Big Macs, and her McChicken, and she bit into the McChicken. Threw the McChicken all over the restaurant, started screaming, there's a rat in my McChicken. The whole restaurant is in panic. Meanwhile, brothers Mike and Brian are on the ground laughing. Since 1983, Puckett, Barb Egan has never had a McChicken again. So there you go.
The McChicken is out because of what your brother did. Good for Mike.
Nothing with McDonald's, just because of my brother. Yeah. Number 9, one of my favorites. This was, I think, late 80s. My brother Brian, bless his heart, decided to get my mom for Christmas a Twisted Sister CD. He wanted the CD, so he gave it to my mom for Christmas. My mom opened it up. It's like, oh, I'm not familiar with Twisted Sister, Brian. And he gave it back to her. So from then on, my brother would continue to give my mom Rat CDs, Twisted Sister, Quiet Riot.
So
and
good.
My mom was just, bless her heart, would just give them to Brian.
What a great recall of a gag. That's great.
Yes. Yeah. How about this one? In the mid-'80s, my mom was actually on a women's soccer team. They were playing at Edgemont Junior High in the North Hill of Puyallup. They're playing a game. On the sidelines, a young Chris Egan wants to be a circus character, so decides to put a wood board over a stump. I put a gigantic rock on the other end of the board. So what am I going to do? I'm going to jump on the board, Puckett. I'm going to jump on the board with a rock going straight up in the air, like we've seen on the circus shows, right? I can't make this up. All I recall is jumping on the board, blacked out. I woke up with 40 women's soccer players over me. The rock did not go straight up in the air. The rock came flying straight into my face. Black eye for an entire year, but knocked me out. Stopped the soccer game. My mom couldn't finish the game. Took me to the hospital, but bless her heart, that's what mothers do. They're there during the good. They're there during the bad. How many moms love to do this?
What are we on now?
We're on number 7. We're moving quicker, Puckett. We're moving quicker.
We only got like 30 minutes.
Number 7, Puckett. I'll move faster through this. How many moms love to do this? She will send every day an individual text to people in the family, but she sends it through the group chat. She doesn't realize she's on the group chat. So she'll send things like, Mike, you look a little big.
Wait a minute. She doesn't fat shame Mike, does she?
Yes, she does. She will do that.
Barb, what are we doing here? Yes. Still, we're fat shaming our kids? Okay.
So she'll throw those out. She loves to do the individual text in the group text. Okay. I also love this. My beautiful wife and sister-in-law. We're on 6. Okay. Number 6, my beautiful wife Melanie and sister-in-law Karen.
She doesn't fat shame your wife, does she?
No, but this is interesting. They love to drink their wine at family events. So anytime Barb's not a big alcohol fan, this is a kindergarten teacher of 40 years.
She's counting drinks.
No, when they set their glasses down, she will quickly go in and grab the glasses and take them into the kitchen. So
just her little sign of it's time to slow down.
We're cutting you two off. Yeah, we're cutting you two off.
Jeez. She's like Pat O'Day, a female version of Pat O'Day.
Yeah. So let's move on to
number 5.
Number 5. My brother Mike brought his Psi Upsilon UW fraternity to the Egan house one summer.
All of them?
All of them. Pickleball, basketball.
This is like how many? We're talking what? 80?
I think there's like 50 to 60. So in preparation for the big Psi U gathering at the Egan house, Barb Egan made 30 gallons of lemonade. 30 gallons of lemonade. And baked brownies for the boys.
Oh,
and
God.
Sure enough, the boys were prepared for their own party. They came over with a couple kegs that they emptied out the Egan trash cans and put the kegs in the trash cans.
Yeah.
When they left, Puck, that next day, there was still remaining 30 gallons of lemonade.
Did she think they were still like 12?
I don't know.
These are college guys. They're frat dicks coming over there to play pickleball. They don't want lemonade and brownies. They want a pound cake. Like, hit up the cake stand. God,
that was it. Yeah. So number 4, one of my favorite moments is being with my mom at the Edgewood Dairy Queen when she ordered a peanut butter parfait. The Dairy Queen host said, ma'am, she ordered a peanut butter parfait, Puck, without the peanuts. The Dairy Queen cash register guy says, ma'am, can I just get you a hot fudge sundae? It's $1.50 cheaper. She said, no, I ordered a peanut butter parfait without the peanuts, and that's what I want. And he goes, but it's $1.50 cheaper if you just get the hot fudge sundae. And she said, son, I want your general manager here. All I want is a peanut butter parfait.
How old are you?
This is probably on like 12 or 13.
Why do you jump in, Mom? Like, you just want a hot fudge sundae. God, I love when adults, parents just get stuck and they just don't want it. They don't want to change.
She didn't want to change. Oh. Number 3, Puck, 7th grade, back to school night. And a couple young co-eds at Edgemont Junior High had a crush on yours truly, but I was not really allowed to date when your mom is
in 7th grade.
Yeah, she was pretty strict. So I didn't like to push the buttons too much, Barbie. But a young gal came up to me during back to school night and gave me a pretty strong hug. And
at that time, let's just come on, and everyone's developing, and so that strong hug was.
For the rest of the night.
Pretty good, wasn't it?
It was a great hug.
Pretty good.
It was a great hug. For the rest of that back-to-school night, Barb Egan stared down this 7th grade girl like
poor Chelsea.
My mom was like, how dare her hug you like that?
God, in 7th grade at Meeker Junior High, I was slow dancing handful of ass. Just couldn't stop.
Yeah, I bet you were. I was not. Since that, my mom doesn't like to make chicken.
It doesn't like 7th grade girls hugging her son.
I will hug, but I'm not a big hugger anymore because of that.
Because you've been scarred by your mother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Number two. I just give it to her for the love. Her love, and the community loves her. She was a kindergarten teacher at Fruitland Elementary for so long. She goes into Fred Meyer.
How long?
I want to say plus 30 years.
Wow.
She was a
Awesome.
kindergarten teacher. She goes into Fred Meyer, downtown Puyallup, at 10 a.m. She will not get out of there till 4 p.m. because every aisle she's at, somebody wants to talk to her. So one of my favorite moments is she gets home and she'd been talking all day. She forgot she picked up the ice cream early on in the grocery store.
It's all done. It's melted.
It melted out of the bag.
I thought you were going to say she comes back and she goes, I didn't get any groceries. I just forgot everything because I'm sitting there chit-chatting with everyone. All right. And
number one.
Yes, give it to us.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And this is what moms do. Every time we have a family party, my mom cooks, she prepares, she gets the feast ready. And Puckett, who's always the last one at the dinner table to take care of themselves? Mom.
Yeah.
So, Mom, I love you. Thank you so much. I know it's been a tough year, but we love you, Mom, and you are the best. And to all the moms out there listening, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, to all the moms. Happy Mother's Day, Barb. Happy Mother's Day, Melanie. Sorry that you have to do all the heavy lifting at the household and bring in all the money.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. You know, my wife does the same thing. It's hard when we weigh down the fortress. You know what I mean?
You and I have that in common, don't we, Puck?
We do.
And our mom and our beautiful wives take care of us. And, you know, Mel's out working right now, and here I'm talking to you.
Debating whether or not to have like a Totino's like microwave pizza here for lunch.
I do love the mini microwave pizzas with the stuffed crust, the DiGiero.
So you remember the ones that, and they may still make them, but Costco used to have the round ones, the mini round ones.
Yes, I do. I do remember them.
So good. That, and can they bring back, and maybe someone will say that, oh, they still have it. Can they bring back the bagel dog, the bagel hot dog?
Don't know why it went away. I really don't.
They're popular.
Yeah, you got rid of Kenny Rogers Roasters and the bagel dog. I have no reason. I don't know why. I will say this regarding food, Puck. Earlier this week, we brought over the King 5 crew. Weather gal Leah Pizzetti.
I saw the Swifties were there with their Swifties leg pose.
Yeah. They were posing on the pickleball court. This is the difference when you hit 50 and when you're in your mid-20s.
So that's your backyard?
Well, I mean, that was some of the back. Yeah, we were having.
How many acres are you on?
There's not. I mean, it's not.
Is it taken up just by the pickleball?
No, I mean, there's pretty good.
So,
but we're in Pierce County. We're in Pierce County.
Pierce County, there's a little bit more land, and then is there like a second home back there? What's that?
That is the neighbor. Yeah, it's a pretty nice little home he's got there.
Wait, that's your neighbor right there?
That's a neighbor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
good guy.
So you're on there. You invite all the King 5 crew over.
So here's the difference when you hit 50, and a lot of these that came over were in their mid-20s. We get here. I said, hey, I'll have the grill ready. Yeah. I probably made about 20 hot dogs, 20 hamburgers. Usually when you're having a family party, plenty of leftovers. Not when you bring the news crew over. Like they're eating 2 to 3 hamburgers, which is fine. Eat away. We play pickleball. They want to keep playing all night long. They're getting their IPAs. They're getting their pale ales. They're drinking all night long, having fun. Yeah. It's 11:30, Puck. Yours truly. I'm ready to go to bed.
Is this a weeknight?
It's a weeknight. This is during the week.
Like a Monday or Tuesday? You guys don't got to work the next day?
None of these people have kids. So I'm like thinking, I got to get up at 6:30 to take my little guy to school.
Yeah, like I need you out.
They're laying on the couch, and literally one of them goes, what do you think? Should we fire up the grill again, Egan? And I'm like, fire up the grill again?
Okay.
For second dinner? He goes, that'd be great.
That sounds like a Jake Garcia.
And here's the thing, though, Puck. He wasn't alone. Like, everyone's like, yeah, I'll take another hamburger. Yeah, I'll take another.
They're growing kids, Egan.
Oh, my goodness. And then all I did was sprinkle a little Johnny's on the burgers. It's like they've never had a home-cooked meal before.
Because they don't cook.
Yeah.
They don't cook for themselves. They don't know what to do.
Oh, but it was a blast.
So how did it go? Who was good? Who was good in the?
They got better. Let's just say they were all. They got better as the night went on. They took a little. It took them a little longer, I thought, to figure out the rules. And I think one of them was offended when he's like, "I don't understand the rules." And I said, there are over 1,070,000-year-olds and 80-year-olds that understand the rules of pickleball. You need to figure these rules
You know
out.
what? When I was playing it as a kid at Fairwood, and the Lampleys had a pickleball court, had a sport court right in our neighborhood, and they did a tournament every year. When I remember playing then, is there different rules, or is there one set of rules? I remember you could score on you didn't have to serve to score.
You do now have to. You only can score when you're serving.
Yeah,
now.
but has that always been the way?
Well, I think.
Or did we make up our own rules?
You probably made up your own rules. And in junior highs, I also had some PE teachers over once, and I had to explain the rules to them. Schools were using their own rules as well. So,
all right, I just want to make sure that, and we may have played under like prison rules back in Fairwood.
And I did have my pitch to the WIAA this week. I said, can we please get pickleball going here? And they basically said they still need to figure out when they would play it. I know it's going to be up for vote with badminton and girls flag football. I'm telling you this, Puck. I'm not going to break the story here on pucksports.com, but because I don't have the full details. But I'm hearing girls flag football may not pass.
I just don't. For what? Why? When I saw.
I don't understand.
It only takes it's 50 or on the board, right? And it's 35 need to pass it, or 32 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would the other people vote no? What's the point? What are they voting no on?
I did not officially hear from anybody voting no, but what I've heard is that some just don't do it. They don't want to add more financial expenses to their school budget. Their budgets are hurting already. This is what I'm hearing. It makes no sense to me when you're trying to get kids involved with sports that you wouldn't do it for the kids. I know the WIAA, they love it. I mean, we've seen what the Seahawks have done with girls flag football, but I'm hearing some mixed reports that it may not pass.
It's too bad.
It's official on Monday, so we'll find out then whether it made it or not.
That's just too bad. One thing I heard, at least in
hopefully I'm wrong, Puck. Hopefully I'm wrong on this.
Well, you've been wrong a lot.
I have. Yeah.
But the one thing I heard was, well, we don't want to take girls from other sports. Okay, so you take, so what if you take kids from other sports? Maybe then when you take away from whatever that spring you played in the spring, you take away from that, they go play flag football. Maybe that opens the door for others to go play another spring sport. I mean, sometimes I
don't like that excuse either, because I've heard tennis people use that with pickleball, and I'm like, come on. I mean, it's
what about
the
French tennis? What about the French tennis player who doesn't make the team but then can go play pickleball?
Yeah. So I don't buy that as an excuse at all. I think a lot of people are probably looking at financial impact for their school. They've got to figure out how to pay for it. But I don't know. If it's getting kids, away from their Xbox, away from their phone for a little bit, and getting them out with a team sport, I don't know why you wouldn't.
What I don't understand is how we still in this day and age, and I know the sport has grown exponentially, especially, I don't know what it's like in the South End, but especially on the East Side in Seattle, it's getting more popular, is lacrosse.
Yeah, it's huge, and it's becoming big on the South Sound. And this is another one where some schools just say they don't have the field space to play it, so they just vote no because it's easier for them to do that. So,
you would appreciate this. As being a youth coach, a little league coach, have you ever coached one of your kids in which, let's say, baseball or basketball, in which said child was thrown out of a game?
I have not coached one of my 3 kids, and I've been coaching youth sports for 23 years, and many of them have disobeyed my game plans, and I've benched them because of that, but they've never been kicked out. And Puckett, I'm excited to hear this one.
Got a baseball game, little league, and the Vampire is up to bat. We're facing a kid, in that upper, division. So, we're facing a 12-year-old that throws hard, like really hard. And so he's got us, pretty handcuffed for the first couple of innings. By the time we get to the 3rd inning, he's getting tired because he's thrown so hard. So now he's starting to lose it a little bit. He's not losing the velocity, but he's losing his control. So he's kind of throwing it all over the place. Just fine. That happens. So the Vampire gets up there to bat, and he's sitting in there, and 1 buzzes the tower. Okay. Pitch 1, pitch 2, same thing where he has to jump out of the way and falls down. That's number 2. Okay. Then it happens
2-0. 2-0 is the count.
Then it happens a 3rd time. And he kind of glares at the pitcher like, what are you doing? And he thinks, because I know the way that he operates, he thinks that this kid is throwing at him on purpose.
Yeah, because he watches enough sports, he knows about it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So the fourth pitch comes in and it dots him in the back pretty hard. And so he throws his bat down and I'm like, oh Jesus.
Are you at third base?
No, I'm at first base. I'm at the dugout. I'm like, oh Jesus. I know where this temper, I know what's gonna happen. I'm like, please don't do anything stupid. And he throws it down. He's kind of like, God, I can just, he's muttering under his breath, I can just hear it, swearing a little bit. And as he kind of takes a couple steps, I laugh about it because of why he did it or how he did it. He turns and he flips off the pitcher.
Oh boy.
But this is the best part because he's 10 and doesn't want to cross the line. He doesn't use the middle finger. He uses his ring finger.
Okay.
For some reason, F you, man. It's not really an F you because it's my ring finger. So I see it immediately and I'm like, oh God. Oh, no. And I'm like, he's walking up halfway and he did it. And then I don't know if the umpire saw it, but, he awards first base. But then I can see some parents for the other team and even the coach, said he flipped our player off. And I'm like, oh shoot. And I said, I think you're going to get run. I think you're going to get thrown out of the game. And so the guy was like, he's out. And I thought, out of the game? He goes, no, he's just out at first for unsportsmanlike conduct. And I'm like, okay. And I go,
is that in the rule book?
I guess, whatever. And he goes, but it's a warning. It's a warning. Next time he's out. And I said, okay. Now, this is where because I would have thrown him out immediately if I were the umpire. But whatever. Yeah. So I was like, okay, we dodged one there. So we're walking back to the dugout and he's, crying and they're like, I didn't do it. And I'm like, I saw you do it. Like, I just watched you, everybody here. And you want me I can go to the game changer. We'll show you later that you did it.
Including those three moms over there.
Including the three moms. This go. We're not going to let it go. And it's fine. But he and I are kind of arguing with each other as we're walking back to the dugout. And I'm in the dugout. And I'm like, and he goes, sits in the dugout, but I'm in the fence, talking to him through the fence, kind of yelling at him, like, you got to calm down. You did it. Stop making excuses. You did it. Unbeknownst to me, and kind of lost in all this, the umpire tosses him from the game because in the next, I bench him for the next 2 innings. But his turn is going to be coming up in the batting order again. So I said, hey, you got to turn the page, get your mind right, for the next at bat. And then my assistant was like, I think he's out of the game. I think he got tossed. I go, what do you mean? He didn't say, he just said he was out at first. I go, yeah, but then he tossed him. So I go out there and I'm about 15 feet from the umpire.
So the umpire obviously was getting word from other parents, didn't see it probably, but it's just going off of what they said.
He is. So I'm like 15 feet from, and by the way, he was a great umpire. He's 19, but he was the best balls and strikes, unbelievable. But he was very serious, and which was great. So I'm kind of like, hey, is he out of the game? And he goes, yeah. And I go, well, but you didn't toss him. You said he was out at first. And he goes, yeah, but he was, I told you it was a warning. And then he kept arguing. I said, yeah, but he was arguing with me. He's yelling at me. I'm his dad and coach. He's yelling at me. He's not yelling at you. He goes, it doesn't matter. He's out. And I go, come on. You can't throw him out of the game because he's arguing with me. If you want to toss him and run him for flipping the kid off, I get that, but you didn't do that. And he goes, and then he kind of pauses. He goes, if you want to keep arguing, you're going to be out too. I'm like, wow. I go, wait a minute, man. I go,
holy cow.
Wait. You and I should be able to have a conversation about this. Now, my mistake is I'm doing it from 15 feet away. So it looks like I'm yelling at him.
Yeah.
And I was raising my voice, but I'm like, you can't run him out because we're arguing. He's like, yes, I can't. And if you keep it up, it's a warning. You're going to be gone too. And then all the parents ooh, shh. I'm like, and all I'm thinking about now is one of these parents now has pulled out a phone.
Oh, they're video.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, no problem. I'm not going to be that guy. I am not going to be on a video. I'm going to walk back and I'm going to sit
you always
down
have
and
to
I'm
be
going to
ready
shut
for
up.
that. Yeah.
But then then I had to remind me and all of our coaches, okay, I said, no, if he misses a pitch, which we all do, No one utter out that's a good one. Don't worry about it. That's not your pitch. None of that, not your pitch or
none of the subliminal taking shots at umpires.
Hey, when
control the controllables, kids.
Yeah.
Control the controllables.
Hey, Johnny, don't want you to swing at that. That's too high. You're good.
Unlucky, Brian. Unlucky.
Timmy's on the mound. Timmy, great pitch. That's your spot. Throw it again.
Jimmy, everybody makes mistakes. It's okay.
Okay.
Good eye.
It's good eye. Good eye. It's again. We don't want to be swinging at that. That's okay. So I said, hey, we got it. None of that because this guy's mad. So yes, my 10-year-old was thrown from a Ballard Little League game.
Wow.
Which I believe was probably, I don't know. I've asked a lot of people, have you ever seen a kid get thrown from a game? And they said no. So he might be the first one ever. I don't know.
He could.
So you know what I say to that? I raise a glass.
That could be, and that is why your wife deserves the greatest Mother's Day of all time.
And you know what she's going to be doing on Mother's Day? God bless her soul. Because the club baseball team that the Vampire is on has a tournament this weekend. Yeah. All Mother's Day weekend called Bombs for Moms in North Bend. And she will be sitting in a bleacher seat wondering, why am I not getting my hair done, a pedicure, or massage, or something else rather than watching 11-year-olds play baseball?
Bless her heart. I
gave her the out. I said, you don't have to go. Don't go. Yeah. But
can I ask you this on Mother's Day? I was thinking about my wife likes to help me mow the lawn. Like she doesn't mow, but she gets all
on Mother's Day.
No, I'm just as a Mother's Day gift. I'm getting. She loves peonies, so I got her a nice big peonies plant that we'll put in the yard. I love the name peonies, by the way.
You just have to say,
it's a beautiful.
But when you say that really fast and like my wife loves peonies. Excuse me, she likes what?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work on your little whatever. Your AI.
Well, the AI is going to have a great one with this with the recap.
Yeah. But she's very critical of my lawn mowing and likes to come back and weed eat. I was thinking about getting her own weed eater.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a decent gift for a Mother's Day?
Well, it's
better. I mean, she likes.
I think it's better than buying your wife an Xbox for Christmas, which is what I did for her.
I wanted to just get her a lightweight one.
I think it's a great one. Okay. I bought her an Xbox. This was this is so bad. This was for the Vampire when he was born. And the reason behind it, we were at a friend's house. So she's pregnant with Owen. We were at a friend's house who had an Xbox, and on the Xbox they had like these video, like the Dance Party USA game, where you can dance off and all that kind of stuff. And then they had a bunch of like, on the Xbox, then they probably still have it out, like workouts. You could do workouts on it, right?
I remember those.
It was like before, like the Mirror and like Peloton, like Xbox had these workouts. And I thought, oh, well, she always complained, with the first one, she complained about how, she wasn't able to work out because you can't go to the gym and all that kind of stuff when you're having a kid. And I said, I'm going to get her an Xbox that has the workouts on it for the second child. And then, she'll be at home and she can just do her workout videos. I thought the thinking behind it was sound.
I think it is.
But but then of course I can use it too. But then when she opened it up on Christmas, she goes, you got me an Xbox? I said, yeah, but it's got like workout videos on it. And she goes, are you telling me I need to work out? I'm like, no, I'm just saying that, like, if you want to work out, you can work out. She's like, okay. And then I just knew, and it ruined Christmas. That ruined Christmas for sure. So, yeah, I would get her the weed eater. I just want to see how it goes. I just want to see what her reaction is when you say, hey, you complain all the time. Here's your own. Get her your own lawnmower too. Put her name on it.
Might as well. Yeah, might as well.
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all.
Happy Mother's Day, Puckett.
You're the best.
You're the best.
Okay, we got to go. Congratulations on the 425 Person of the Year, local TV personality.
Hitting newsstands, I think, next week.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, we went 40 minutes without any mentions of the Olympics. How about that?
I don't think we even talked about sports.
I don't think we did. But that's what makes it great. Chris Egan, episode 92 in the books here on this Friday, all brought to you by Fat Zach's Pizza, fatzachspizza.com. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Chris, love you. We'll see you next week.
Hey, if you're not striking out, you're not hitting for the fences.